Okay, so I just made myself a cup of coffee and I'm gonna go through all of my shoes now. I'm really in a big decluttering mood today. I just can't stop decluttering. It feels so good, and it feels so good to be replacing a couple of things in my wardrobe as well. So I'm just sitting down to a cup of coffee here, literally, and I have pulled all of my shoes out of my closet. They were formerly in there, in those little bins, if you remember. And it looks so much nicer not having a bunch of shoes cluttering up the space. And I'm gonna have to find a better way to store my shoes. I'm not sure if I need to get an over-the-door shoe organizer, something to put over the door again like I had before. It kind of depends on how many pairs I have, I guess, because a lot of them don't fit, and I find that with those small plastic organizers, sometimes it squishes your shoes. But I'm basically gonna sit down and go through all of these shoes kind of one by one rather quickly though, and show you guys which ones I feel I can declutter and which ones I can keep. Okay, so starting in the back, I have 3 pairs of flats. These ones are relatively new and I love them to bits. Those are probably my favorite new pair of flats in the world. I really recommend them. You can still get them on NordstromRack.com. They're like $39 US, so really steal of a deal. Look really high end, really chic, really comfortable. I definitely recommend getting your hands on these guys. These are going to be, I think, my most worn pair of shoes of 2020 because I tend to live in flats. Beside them, we have some Michael Kors flats, which are obviously really dirty. I've obviously gotten my use out of them. They're just a really cute faux alligator type of flat, and they're in a light pink color. These ones are a little more nude, and these ones are definitely a little more pink. So they have kind of a different place. Like, you can't wear these ones with every single handbag, but you can definitely wear those with every handbag. And then beside them, I have sort of the faux Gucci type of loafer, and they're actually by a brand called Core Life. So they were not expensive. They were like $25 or $30. Comfortable. They're the type of shoe that I want to love, but I don't know how much I'm actually going to be grabbing and wearing them during the year. So I just, honestly, I don't think I'm going to wear them that much. So those are, I'm just going to kind of put them aside for now because those are a contender of a pair that might be decluttered. Beside that, I have a pair of just basic black high heel pointy toe pumps, and these are just from Call It Spring. They were not expensive. I think they were like $40. They are just really classic and just go with everything. Just a little, I guess a little tip or a little preference of mine that I have is if I do wear a high heel or a pump, I do prefer to have, especially if it's closed toe, I do prefer to have this area kind of open here. I'm not sure what the name of that is when it's not completely enclosed, but to me it just adds a little bit of sex appeal, and it's not so like old looking as when you have the entire shoe closed in. Which brings me to my next pair. So those are I think you call them the Dorsey pump. They're basically open on both sides and then closed in the back and have a little ankle strap, and then they're just a pointy pump, and they are suede. These ones are from Aldo. Absolutely love them. Those are a pair of shoes I can safely say I have gotten my use out of over and over and over. I think I've worn those shoes probably 100 times. They were like my go-to shoe of 2017, 2018. I've had them forever, and if I ever wear them out thoroughly, I will replace them because they're just that good of a shoe. So what makes the shoe so fabulous? You're wondering. I know you're wondering. The shoe is amazing because, first of all, it has a 3-inch heel, so it's not a crazy high, uncomfortable heel. A very, very comfortable shoe. Also, it's comfortable because it is closed toe. It's a practical color. It goes with everything in your wardrobe. You can see there's a little bit of scuffing, I guess. So it goes with everything in your wardrobe. You can wear this shoe going out on a date. You can wear it to work. You can wear it just going out doing errands. It looks great with a dress. Looks great with a pair of skinny jeans. It's just such a versatile shoe. I've worn this on so many occasions, and you can obviously tell this might be the most worn pair of shoes in my entire collection, actually. So highly recommend getting a shoe like that, you guys. If you are into high heels but you want something comfortable and also sensible, you just can't go wrong. They're the best shoe in the world, on the planet. And I think they cost like $70, so really, really affordable. Beside that, we have a pair of Sam Edelman. They're called the Patty ankle strap. I have them in 2 colors. They're just a high heel sandal. Again, they're very sensible. They only have a 3-inch heel. Really, really comfortable. And the reason I have 2 of them is because sometimes you have an outfit that calls for a black shoe and sometimes you have an outfit that calls for a nude shoe. I really love the Sam Edelman high heels. I think he does a really, really good job. They're very similar to the Stuart Weitzman high heels, which I've worn in a couple of higher end stores, and I've actually had the girls working there stop me and ask me if I was wearing Stuart Weitzman. So I'm not one to boast, so of course I told her, no, they're actually Sam Edelman. And then later on my boyfriend was like, you should have just said they were Stuart Weitzman. But anyways, the point is these shoes look a lot higher end than they are. And these ones I think are only $130, so really, really good deal. Sam Edelman makes really good quality, really comfortable shoes. So those ones are definitely a keeper because they're the only one like them that I have in my collection. I guess beside them, we'll just jump right to the winter boots. So that is a pair of brown leather boots. They're a little bit dirty. I've had them for literally 5 or 6 years. So I guess besides those ones, those would definitely be my most worn pair of shoes in my entire collection. Those are the ones that need to be replaced. As you can see, and I've shown them in other videos before, they are getting so ratchet and so worn and falling apart, just really scuffed up. The bottoms have started to peel a little bit. They're no longer keeping the water out. Like if I wear them outside to do anything like grocery shopping or shoveling or anything where I happen to be in a little bit more snow or water, they're no longer keeping the water out, which is really, really crappy. Like when that happens, you know that it's time to replace them. Like I could probably have made them work if it weren't for that, but I don't know. And I'm starting to feel kind of embarrassed even wearing them in public because they do look so worn out. So as much as I've been avoiding it, I have to pick a new pair of boots. So if you guys have any suggestions of your favorite knee-high boots, because that is what I tend to go for in the wintertime. In here in Canada, we have lots of snow. I have to have a waterproof knee-high boot. Please leave me a comment or suggestion down below of something that you would recommend. I've looked at a couple of different ones. It's a really good time of year to be buying boots because everything is going on sale. I'll just give you another kind of view of them. Yeah, that's what they look like, a different view, but I love them. They're so flattering. I love the silhouette. I like that they have not too high of a heel. They're like the perfect shade of brown. They're really classic looking. They're kind of that equestrian style. Love them, but they do need to be replaced. I think this will be my last winter wearing them because I just can't justify it any longer. Coming in closely related to those is this pair of shoes from, I think, Call It Spring. So those are faux leather, obviously. They're just kind of a little casual loafer. They're very dirty because they're my go-to throw them on when I don't know what else to wear and I just need something that isn't a runner, but it isn't like a dressy shoe, and I just need to go quickly grab groceries or something. They look good with jeans, they look good with like workout clothing, like anything that you just have to throw on and get out the door. And that's why they're so worn and so worn in. The back is scuffed, they're really dirty. That's just from like salt. They don't look like this all the time, they're just really dirty. But the back is really scuffed up. Same thing as the boots, they don't keep water out anymore, so they really need to be replaced. I just can't justify wearing them anymore, you guys. It's winter time, I just need to be wearing boots, but I need to get a good pair of boots. I shouldn't be wearing flats at all right now. It's just too muddy and too snowy for that. We'll just do kind of the boring shoes first and then I'll get into the fun stuff. These are my work shoes. Some people say they look like grandma shoes. I don't care. They're very comfortable. These are the Nursemates. If anybody on my channel is a nurse, you have probably tried the Nursemates and you can probably vouch for how comfortable they are. There is another closely related one to these that are called the Dove. They are incredibly comfortable, but they definitely take the grandma notch up another level. And I just don't want to wear them. I want to wear something that's somewhat cute, but still functional and responsible and practical and doesn't hurt my feet. And these shoes are really incredible. yeah, I've had them for a couple months because my other shoes literally had holes in them, and I've been really, really enjoying them. Also, the way that they're shaped, they kind of give you some get up and go, like, I don't know how else to explain it, but it makes your foot kind of propel forward when you walk in them. So I feel like I have more energy in them. It's kind of weird, but those are my work shoes. I only have one pair of work shoes, which I think gives me some credit when you look at the rest of my collection. It says that I'm not that crazy when it comes to buying my shoes. So yeah, that's my work shoes. Those ones I'm keeping for sure. This is my gym shoes, my Nike. I'm not even sure what they're called. They're the Nike Free Run. These shoes are amazing, you guys. They're so comfortable. They're a little bit dirty as well. I just need to give them a clean because sometimes I'm bad and I actually wear them to the gym instead of putting them on when I get to the gym. But I've had that pair of shoes for probably 2 years now, maybe 3 years, and I've definitely gotten my use out of those. I've probably worn them like between 20 and 25 days out of the month for a couple of hours each time, and they just hold up so nicely and they're so comfortable, and they're really good for weight training because they don't have a lot of thickness to the sole, so it's like a nice flat ergonomic support. So yeah, these are fantastic if you guys are looking for a really good training shoe. Let's move on. So I have a couple more pairs of the Sam Edelman high heels here. These ones are exactly the same as the black ones, except they're nude. So again, they're super practical because they are just that 3-inch heel, and I really love these. They're like a very easy go-to when you want a little bit of height and you want something kind of sexy and feminine, but you don't want sore feet. These are perfect. And I think also a 3-inch heel is very classy because it doesn't say skanky, or you know what I mean? It's not too provocative. It's not too over the top. It's just a really nice, feminine, sensible high heel sandal. And I'm going to get a lot of use out of these as they're so high quality. And I really love Sam Edelman. You can't go wrong. His shoes are just incredible. I also like the little scallop details. He just does a really, really good job of shoes. And then beside that, I have pretty much the same pair except a couple of differences. They are higher, they have a taller heel, they have a skinnier strap over the toe, and they're a slightly different shade of nude, a little bit lighter. So these ones are my go-to high heel sandal when I do want that sex appeal or a little bit of a sexier look. They do hurt your feet. They are not comfortable shoes at all. Like, you can wear them to get from the car to the table. That is about it. Don't go shopping in these. Don't wear them walking around the hotel. No. Yeah, they're a pretty uncomfortable shoe. These ones, on the other hand, are very, very comfortable. So these ones are also by Sam Edelman. Different name. I can't remember the name of these ones, but however, even though they're so uncomfortable, they're just so beautiful, and they go with every dressy outfit, and I'm definitely not planning on getting rid of those anytime soon because they're just such a classic. Okay, these are just a tan colored suede loafer with a little gold detail on the top. They're from Call It Spring. These ones I think were like $50. Really, really sensible, cute loafer. I love these for the office. I love them for work. Anything work related, like if I have a meeting, if I have some sort of education day or some sort of a conference, they're perfect because they're very comfortable, but yet they also look sophisticated, and they also look very office casual, office professional, I guess. Not even so much office casual, but like very professional looking shoe. I think I wore these every single day of clinical when I was back in clinical last year. Yeah, I actually prefer them to the Gucci style loafer, and they're a steal of a deal at only $40. Beside those, I have this really cute pair of Kate Spade heels, and they're a bit of a kitten heel. I love these shoes so much. I'm obsessed with them. They're adorable. I haven't had a chance to wear them yet. They are made of suede, so you do have to be careful. You don't want to get them wet. I love the little spade detail on the little bow on the top. I think it's so cute. I like that it has kind of a short heel, so it's extremely comfortable. It's an almond toe, so it's not too over the top, very feminine. They do look a little bit old school, like a little bit granny-ish, but I don't know what it is about these shoes. I've wanted them forever. I just think they're so adorable, and I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of them this year. I think you could wear these to any kind of a work setting or any kind of a work meeting as well if you wanted to look a little bit more polished and a little bit more put together, but you don't want to be over the top. So I think they would definitely stand out, and they're so cute. These were kind of a Christmas present to myself. I think they were on sale as well for like $150 or something like that. I really like Kate Spade's stuff. I think she makes really chic, sophisticated products. So that's it for those shoes. And beside them, we just have a really worn pair of sandals. Everybody needs a pair of crappy sandals that you can throw on when you're doing things like yard work outside, or, you know, taking your cats outside. I know, I take my cats outside. Anything that you're doing that you don't want to wear something dressy, you don't want to ruin anything, but you still need something on your feet. Or like if I take my daughter to the park, a lot of times if I just want to throw on something really, but I have a couple of prerequisites when it comes to flip-flops. I like them to be nude or gold tone. I don't want them to be colored. If you'll notice, I have almost no color. I don't have any color at all in my shoe wardrobe. And I also like them to just have a very simple, skinny strap. I would never wear like one of those big, thick, chunky, plastic looking thong sandals. But I do really like just a simple pair, and believe it or not, these were actually pretty cute before they were all scuffed up. That happened last year. I'm gonna have to find a replacement for these because they are getting a little bit worn, and looks like my cat might have actually been chewing on it as well. So I will have to replace them. These are a faux pair of Valentino. They're not faux like replica, they're just styled very similarly, but with a fraction of the price. So they're by a brand called Cacti, which I got from Amazon. If you guys are interested, I'll link this down below. They're very similar to the Rockstud high heel sandal, or sorry, the Rockstud high heel pump that you can get, and the colors are pretty similar, and the gold hardware looks really realistic and really nice. They're very sophisticated and chic on. I will see if I can insert a picture for you guys so that you can kind of see what they look like. But I have worn these a couple of times. I really like them. So those are a staple in my collection because they're the only ones that I have that are similar to them. And ideally, I would like to replace them. I would like to get a real pair of Valentino. I've just been waiting for the right time and stuff in regards to pricing and things like that because they are very expensive. These ones were $80. So they did take a while to come. I think they came from China. So if you don't mind waiting, a couple of weeks or a couple of months for your shoes, those are really good option. Beside them, we have a pair of white slides. They're sandals by Sam Edelman. Very similar to the Hermes sandals that a lot of people are sporting. I got them mostly because I wanted a really chic pair of flat sandals to wear by the pool when I go on vacation. I got them in white because I thought that white would be the best option. I'm kind of regretting that choice. I really wish I would have got them in a nude color. These are actually also one of my things I regret buying for 2019 because they were a little bit overpriced. I don't think they were worth what I paid for them. So honestly, that's a pair that I think I might post somewhere and try to sell them because they were about $140 and they're really nice. I just don't think I'm gonna wear them. So that makes me a little bit sad. So I think we'll declutter. Look at how pretty they are. It's just such a shame. I don't know why we do these things. I think part of being a minimalist is knowing what you like and knowing what you're actually going to wear and not holding on to other stuff, because sort of an epiphany that I have is just because you really like something doesn't mean you should hold on to it, because the question you need to be asking yourself is not, do I like this? It's, will I use this? There's no point in holding on to something that you're not going to use. Like those. So beside them is one of my favorite pairs of shoes of all time. They're also my sexiest pair. They're also my most expensive pair. These were a gift. I definitely did not pay for them. They are the Christian Louboutin. I can't remember the name of them, but they're the second highest high heel that you can get, and they're in the nude color. So these are legit. They were quite pricey. They were a gift, and I love them. They have the skinniest high heel of any of the heels that I have. I'll just put them beside the Sam Edelman so you can compare. So that's the difference in heel thickness. And they're definitely more of a occasion shoe. You wouldn't want to wear those doing just anything. I have only worn those when I was really dressed up going out on vacation in the evening when I wanted like that wow factor, and they really hurt your feet. They are not comfortable. at all. They're probably the most painful pair of shoes I have. Yeah, they're even more painful than the other high heel sandal that I told you about. But I really love them, and they're kind of my most coveted, I guess, pair of shoes. They're not going anywhere. We'll just move them over here. And then in the front here, we have another pair of flats. These ones have obviously gotten a lot of use out of them. I'm always proud when I can say that I've gotten use out of something, because I find that we buy shoes and so often we don't end up using them. So these are really cute. They're just a basic nude leather flat, ballet flat, and they're kind of like the scrunch style, so they expand with your foot, if that's the right term, when you put them on. They are a little bit scuffed. I tried to repair that. This was a one-time accident. This wasn't like, normally when I wear my shoes, I'm very careful with them, but somehow I scuffed it. I think it was in my car or something, and it was really too bad, because I love those shoes. Those are like such a comfortable go-to, put them on any time of day, going anywhere, running errands. So much use out of a ballet flat. It's unreal. I've had those for about 3 or 4 years. They're from Le Chateau. Le Chateau is one of my favorite places to buy clothing and shoes, because they have some really stylish stuff at really affordable deals. So we're going to be keeping those ones, because even though they're a little bit scuffed, I think I'll still get lots of use out of them, just for like a casual, quickly throw on and go out the door shoe. Beside those ones, I have my T-strap Michael Kors sandal that I have shown you guys before, and they're in a gold tone. I really like that they're in a gold tone, because they go with everything and they add a little bit of sophistication, but without being too over the top. I really like the Michael Kors decal on the top. I like that it's very simple. It's a very simple, minimal look. It's not too crazy and it's not too eye-catching, but yet they're very chic and they're very comfortable as well. I've worn these shoes a million times. These ones I've definitely gotten my use out of as well. Michael Kors makes really good shoes if you guys are looking for like a semi-affordable, higher end, but not super high end, but still good quality and looks really nice. I definitely suggest going to themichaelkors.com and checking his stuff out, especially the on sale stuff. You can get some really, really good deals. And then last but not least, we have a pair of 4-inch tall block heels by Steve Madden, and they are suede and they are just a really nice kind of a light taupe color. These are super sophisticated and super chic. I love them. I don't normally go with a chunky heel. Kind of a block heel or a chunky heel is something I don't normally do. What made this one doable for me is that it's not too thick. It's kind of a nice tall, like a skinny block heel, if there's such a thing. And I also like that it has a clear strap on top. So they have a very minimal aesthetic. I think if it had a really thick strap that was noticeable, I think it might have ruined it for me. So these shoes were about $110, not too bad, a little bit on the pricier side, but I do like Steve Madden. I got them from Winners, and they are really chic to wear if you want something that gives you some height, but that is also fairly casual. I've worn them with a couple of like nice summer dresses for the daytime, going out for like lunch or for dinner, and I've really, really enjoyed them. And they're pretty comfortable too. Even though they're a very high heel, they're pretty comfortable, owing to the fact that they have a nice thick heel and that they do have that wider strap. So I apologize, this video is way longer than I wanted it to be, but there you have it. That is my total shoe organization and declutter. And just to recap, those ones there will be replaced / thrown away. Those ones I think just need to be thrown away, and then the other two will have to be replaced. And then these two I'm gonna have to find a new home for, which saddens me so much because look how pretty they are. But that's what you have to do. You can't have emotional ties to things as a minimalist. You just have to be okay with getting rid of things. So okay, so this is how I've stored some of the random ones that I had gone through that don't really have a place where I want them to be displayed. So more of my flats, as well as my office casual shoes, some of my high heels that are a little bit more casual or I don't really want them to be displayed anywhere, and then a couple more pairs of flats. And I've kind of organized them a little bit better so that no shoes are really overlapping any other shoes to the best of my ability. I do have to get, I think, an over the door organizer to put them in, because this is kind of, I prefer them not to be sitting in a box like that, but for now it will do. And then this is how I've organized the other shoes that I wanted to be displayed. So on the bottom, I just have a couple of my handbags, and then I have my 2 nude pairs of Sam Edelman high heel sandals. My beautiful Kate Spade are beside them. A couple of handbags on the top. I just have that paper in that handle of that green handbag because the handle is a little bit flat and I want to make it more round. And then I have my faux Valentino ones in the middle, and then I've got my Louboutins on the side, and then one more pair on the top next to a couple of handbags. And I do need to do a little bit more of a declutter with my handbags. That one there I might end up decluttering because I've had it for so long and I haven't worn it in about a year. And I did just receive a new one as a gift. It's not here yet, it's on the way. I'm just waiting for it to arrive, but it's absolutely stunning and I will show it to you guys when it gets here. And then what I did was I actually hung up some of my handbags up here just to make room for the shoes. And you know what's really funny? I just discovered this today, you guys. This tweed handbag is navy blue. I thought it was black. Like, up until today, I swear that bag was black and it's actually navy blue, which is fine because it still looks really nice, but that's so weird. But anyways, so I hope you guys really liked this little shoe declutter organization. There's my 2 pairs that I'm going to be decluttering. Yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video and I will see you all next time.